I got to know about it in our WhatsApp forum. I'm a PhD student of epidemiology, University of Port Harcourt. So when I
Hello, Simeon. Simeon, I think we lost you.
Correct. And some of the people that actually graduated from there, Nyerere and Co. So I've been like, I must tell you, before this program, in a dream, I saw myself in the University of Makerere listening to a conference like this, epidemiology conference. This was about 2 months ago. So I was like, probably I will be attending one conference in the university. So when I woke up that morning, I started reading about Makerere University and some of the great leaders that graduated from there. So when the conference came, I say, this is dream come true. I'm going to be part of this and I'm not going to miss it. So, and it worth it, actually. It worth the time. I took some time off work to be sure that I'm part of the program. So I commend the facilitators. It's not actually easy to put up things like this to benefit the scientific community. And I would say more grace to your elbow. And I wouldn't know if you do this every year so that I can always plan to join. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Simeon. Can we hear from Biru Abdisa Mizana from Ethiopia?
Okay, thank you, organizers and all facilitators for nice workshop forum, which is very important topic, which is systematic review and meta-analysis that we wish to hear from experts. So I like the whole thing, and the selective facilitators are very insightful, so the information is very important. But what I'm going to suggest is, I think it is better to take questions, suggestions from the participant, especially from the virtual team. So at the end of the presentation, because if we ask in between presentation, sometimes it is maybe not comfortable for the facilitators, and also it may disturb the other audiences. So I think it is better to control the audiences from virtual, and it is better to give chance at the end of the presentation rather in between the presentation. So that is very important. And maybe I think the IDEM team are trying to control this issue, but the facilitators are giving a chance in between to give to add a comment or question. So that may be a disturbing, because there are large participants who follow from the virtual. So I suggest to allow at the end of presentation for the questions. And what I wanted to add is, for example, for the activity, I think it is better to send through email some, for example, for the fourth presenters or facilitators, I didn't receive the manuscript or maybe the paper that we do exercise. So I think the facilitators or coordinator of the workshop should update all necessary information on time. So this is what I wanted to suggest, but everything is fine. I like everything you are organizing for this workshop. So it is really helpful. So back to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mizana. Can we hear from Ogbalo Tochukwu? Could you please make it a bit brief? We have a couple of persons who also want to speak. But then if you don't want to speak, you could just share it on the chat box like some persons are already doing. Thank you. Can we hear from Ogbalo Tochukwu? Okay, can we hear from Sahar Hemeda?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of things, and thank you for your efforts, and we appreciate everything you have done and you are doing right now to solve any problem that we face it. But I just have a little things. When we want to apply, like yesterday on a program, it was difficult to follow because it was like physically, it was focused on physical people who just attend physical and virtually. It was difficult to apply on the program for us, especially. So if there's something, I mean, for tomorrow in the future and workshop, it prefer that it couldn't be like this. It could be step by step. I mean, you understand me? It's like sharing slides and talk that you have to start with something and you end with something, and then we could follow what happened. Because yesterday, I'm not talking about all of people, but we lost in the middle. We couldn't apply in review manager because we lost, and it was difficult to follow everything. So that's just like little things that it need to be fixed maybe in the future if there's any way, but other things, it's so perfect, and thank you for your efforts and we appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Sahar. Please, can we hear from the Nigerian Medical Association, Ogun State? I think we lost the person. Nafiza Elehame. I'm sorry if I'm not getting the pronunciation well. Nafiza. So please remember, you can still drop the feedbacks on the chat. We're going through them. And those joining us on YouTube, you can drop on YouTube as well. Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Please, but your background is noisy.
Sorry. Are you able to hear me?
Ouch.
Can you hear me?
You can hear. Go ahead. You can go. Hello, Tochukwu, you can go ahead.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Sorry about that, I was muted initially. All right, I would want to say that it has been an interesting journey so far. This is coming from someone who knows literally nothing about systematic review. And all the sessions that have been done, it's been so insightful and I have gained so much. And also getting this training at no cost is mind-blowing. So I would want to especially thank the organizers. More power to your elbow. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you very much. Can we take one more person online? Nafiza, are you ready to speak now, please?
Yes, eventually. Thank you. I was on mute. Well, I would like to appreciate your effort in this workshop, and unfortunately, you increased my confidence in the ability to conduct systematic review, because I was totally lost and I didn't know like where should I start from. I kept taking webinars, but I couldn't know the direction. But this gave me like a clear road that I can follow, and I can conduct this study with high confidence. I also appreciate your effort that you are trying to control all over the participant in the YouTube channel and the Zoom and in person. That's really, really hard work. That's all. I don't want to ask about the other things because I think most of the participants already mentioned that. But if it's like the first workshop, I think most of the time you can check the feedback in the first workshop, then the other workshop it will be way better. I have a suggestion of considering the practical part, especially to add more about what Sahar mentioned. I think it could be like a bit longer rather than 1 hour. It could be 2 hours, and or you can send just like guideline before the session that you need, for example, to sign and create account in that website. You can watch a video, you can share a video for that, so we will spend less time for creating account and all these steps, and then we start directly. And if it did if the constructor provide a review, because we were following the default version, I guess, and we couldn't like apply all what he has mentioned in the practical part. And that's it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. To be fair, we'll take Victor because he said he was unmuted, or he was muted.
Okay,
and then
sorry.
2 people from IDI. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, my handle was the one that was bearing with Nigeria Medical Association and all. So my name is Victor, speaking from Nigeria. So I first want to appreciate the organizers for the great job done. I knew it was going to be very fascinating when I saw AutoAid as part of one of the partners, because I started with AutoAid in 2020. And since then, I know a few publications have gotten courtesy of how much I got from AutoAid. And now this has been awesome. Although I also have just a little complaint, because yesterday I couldn't actually, when I joined, I think network issues, and then I rejoined. So when I rejoined, the capacity of the room was already filled. So I had to go through the YouTube channel and all. But then I observed that in the WhatsApp attendance form that was shared, the Excel attendance form that was shared, my name was not there, even as I registered several days ago when I got the announcement through the AutoAid Google group or platform. So I want to know how that can be sorted, because some of us were not really able to attend through the Zoom link. We are right there in the YouTube channel yesterday. But it looks as though we weren't captured in the attendance list that was in a Excel sheet. That's one. Then the other is, I also didn't get the information that we are supposed to register every day, as I was told on the WhatsApp platform when I tried to inquire. So I attended the introductory webinars, I think 2 of them before now. So I didn't really get this thing that we're supposed to register every day. So I was convinced that the one registration I had prior to the start of the main event was enough. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. So we'll just take one person on side.
Yes, thank you so much, the organizers, for this wonderful workshop. Like previous speakers, I think it has been very groundbreaking for majority of us, specifically for this type of research. Little did I know it's the best for research, the best method we can use. So I do think that also moving forward, this being the introduction to systematic and meta-analysis research, we shall be able to have a big pool of researchers in this context. Otherwise, we continue to be appreciative and wait for the respective forthcoming speakers to take us through the remaining sessions. Thank you, and over.
All right, thank you very much, everybody, for your fantastic comments. Yeah, I would have another session about this tomorrow, and hopefully we will address some of the concerns that you have raised. Please, you can still keep the comments coming. And of course, we'll be sharing a feedback form, and you can share your comment there as well. So the facilitator is already here, and I'll be giving him the floor now. Thank you, Mr. Leonard.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
All right, I'll just share my slide now. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining in, and yes, I'm sorry for joining in late. I was in another meeting. I actually thought my session was going to be by 1:30, so